and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Talk, episode number 127. Now, what we're going to be taking a look at is more loveliness from Capitol Hill. The Denver Post. Yes, I used to live in Denver, so this is going to be extra awesome. Editorial. Since Boebert, that's Lauren Boebert, since Lauren Boebert seems to incapable, will apologize to Representative Ihlan Omar for her. So you have a Denver Post editorial board story apologizing to Ihlan Omar. Okay. Reporters gather around Representative Ihlan Omar. Democrat, I would say, what would I call her? Terrorist. It's a good word. Terrorist. Ihlan Omar from Minnesota, outside the House chamber during the vote on the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, named for the late Georgia congressman who made the issue a defining one of his career at the Capitol in Washington Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. The Denver Post editorial board has mostly tried to ignore U.S. Rep. Lauren Boebert's antics because they add so little to the public discourse. Yet you wrote an article? Like, are you drinking? Okay. Since the Western Slope, Since the Western Slope representative was elected in November 2020, we published two editorials about her. The first urged an investigation into January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Dude, they caught everybody. What investigation? They caught everybody who stormed the Capitol. And there's footage of U.S. Capitol police officers who apparently didn't understand what was going on. They opened the doors and dudes went in. I'm just saying. Whether her words and actions helped former President Donald Trump spark the insurrection. It wasn't an insurrection. It wasn't an insurrection. It was a bunch of morons in Viking gear and Trump flags who stormed the Capitol. About 655 roughly that I've seen, and they've all been charged. How's that an insurrection? I want to know. Somebody please describe me how that's an insurrection. They tried to stop democracy. Okay. They didn't. Mike Pence certified the election within hours. Not like 20 hours, but within like 3 hours of said incident. The other editorial defended Boebert from sexist and elitist attacks, targeting her on social media for her physical appearance and her lack of college education. Okay, well, I mean, that's legitimate. That's a legitimate thing. I mean, I don't know who the sexists were, but, whatever. But last week, Boebert crossed a line, and now we must stand up for the common decency. The common decency of who? The Denver Post? Common decency indicates that you're standing up for the common people. You're not. Boebert is intentionally using her platform to peddle gross and false narrative about Muslim Americans. Yeah, do tell. We cannot fathom what evil intent drives this behavior, but after first apologizing, Boebert now has made matters worse. She was kind of forced to apologize to where Ihlan Omar can go back to Somalia if she doesn't like it. That's right. Ihlan Omar is from Somalia. Probably one of the worst, the most awful places on the planet to live. And she was taken in as a refugee. And now she speaks out as a representative of Congress about how America's terrible. and she talks bad about the Jews. Pretty much daily. Daily. In a video that was circulated widely last week after being tweeted out by Patriot Takes, okay? A group that describes its mission as to research and monitor and expose the extremism and radicalization of the far right across the darkest parts of the internet. Would you like to talk about Ihlan Omar's far leftism? I mean, I'd love to see that video. No? Boebert told supporters a story about getting on an elevator and seeing a security guard rush toward her as the doors were closing. I've heard this joke. I looked to my left and there she is, Ihlan Omar. And I said, well, she doesn't have a backpack. We should be fine. Yes, it's in poor taste. I have no doubt about that. It's in poor taste. Boebert said in the video to cheers from the audience. I looked over and I said, oh, look, the Jihad Squad decided to show up for work today. Oh, shit. Okay, fair enough. Making a joke about suicide bombers. No. And suggesting that a congresswoman is a threat to safety and security because she is a Muslim is both racist and a form of religious bigotry. What about the religious bigotry against Christians from you fucking ass clowns? Yes, you hit the nail on the head. You guys are fucking ass clowns. Representative Ihlan Omar, who needs to be fucking removed immediately. Because she's married to her husband. She's married to her brother husband. And quite frankly, she has given millions of dollars to her brother husband. Oh, also at the same time, she talks out against Jewish people all the time. Guess what? The Jews are a form of people that have been scrutinized since the beginning of time. Ihlan Omar, would you like to phone a friend? Adolf Hitler. She's a loser. She's nothing but a fucking loser. Boebert did apologize to anyone in the Muslim community. I offended with my comment about Representative Ihlan Omar, and she pledged to call Omar directly. However, Boebert reported in a strange video on Monday that the phone call went poorly, and it's no wonder given that she prefaces the conversation by once again raising the specter of concern about Omar and threats to American security. Make no mistake, I will continue to fearlessly put America first. Never sympathizing with terrorists. Unfortunately, Ihlan can't say the same thing. And our country is far off where she said. Representative communist terrorist. Oh, I'm sorry. Muslim terrorist. Deserve nothing short of a full apology. Instead, Boebert used the phone call as a publicity stunt to further insult Omar. Boebert is clearly incapable of remorse or reflection, so as her fellow Coloradans. A beautiful place of tolerance and respect, diversity and freedom. We will help her. Yeah, dude, whatever. You didn't report what Ihlan Omar said about the phone call. You didn't. You didn't report what Lauren Boebert said about the phone call. You failed to put two statements together and factually try to figure it out. Yes, Lauren Boebert called Ihlan Omar and apologized. She didn't accept the apology for political reasons. Then Lauren Boebert decided to say, "Oh, well, what about you calling out you know, your racism for Jews? Or are you speaking out about, your hatred for America? And then Ilhan Omar hung up. Those are kind of the transcripts. I think you'll get the idea. Ilhan Omar is a garbage piece of shit, and quite frankly, I'd send her ass back to Somalia because, quite frankly, she would be probably raped and killed. And that's disgusting. But yet she hates us more. Hope you enjoy this video. Talk to you real soon. Fuck you, Ilhan Omar, cunt.